Summer travel season's now in full swing, but it's not just the record high gas prices costing vacationers more. Airline prices will also likely cost you much more than they did just 6 months ago, though not a lot more than you would have paid pre-pandemic. Let's take a look at the average flight cost according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics over the last 20 years. You see, they rose pretty consistently through the early 2000s. Peaked in 2008, then plummeted during the recession 2009, though only really back to where they were before. Then they rose again until about 2014. Then they started consistently falling. By the way, these are peaks each summer, drop-offs each winter, until we get to the pandemic in 2019 when they dropped like a rock. Since then, they've been pretty volatile, up and down, rising a lot last summer when folks started traveling again, then dropping off again in the winter during Omicron, and now a huge rise back to prices not seen since 2015, over $300 a flight. And the reason the prices keep rising is demand is still high, with several airline groups saying the number of travelers now is about the same as it was in 2019, pre-pandemic. Driving places isn't cheap either. National average price for a gallon of regular topped $5, the first time ever over the weekend. It's almost $2 more than it was just 1 year ago, according to AAA, and it's that way in many states. In North Dakota, gas is a little cheaper, averaging $4.76 statewide. In Minnesota, it's $4.75. Stations in Fargo-Moorhead varying widely right now. A few stations down to $4.30s downtown, up to about $4.80, depending on where you look. And there's not much local lawmakers can do to change the global petroleum market conditions that forced the prices up. But some in Minnesota are still pitching the idea of giving motorists a temporary discount, 28.5 cents per gallon, but it hasn't gone anywhere yet. John Croman reports.
36 Len Refuel in Minneapolis always has some of the lowest prices, but at this rate, the people at the pump are feeling some real apprehension as they watch the final tally.
So what's the total here?
$51.34. Almost $60.
Part of what you pay is 28.5 cents per gallon in state fuel taxes, but with the state sitting on a record surplus, some lawmakers are pitching a temporary gas tax holiday.
And we're paying for dollar out of the surplus. The savings is going to go directly to Minnesotans.
Representative Dan Wolgamott is part of a group of DFL lawmakers who introduced the gas tax holiday bill back in February when $3.29 per gallon seemed outrageous.
We need to come back for a special session. We need to pass this gas tax holiday.
2 months earlier, on a cold December day, House Republican leader Kurt Daudt liked the idea.
Moratorium on energy taxes, which would include a moratorium on gas taxes.
And this week, Republican Scott Jensen's GOP running mate Matt Burke tweeted in favor of it.
So what do you think about the gas tax holiday?
I think it'd be a great idea.
I like that a lot, especially as people are thinking about summer vacations and want to get out of town.
You might be asking yourself, was it the same reporter at the same gas station back in February asking the same questions and getting the same positive response? Well, yes, he was. It's never been a question of whether the people like the idea. But the bill did not become a priority in the DFL-controlled House, and Senate GOP leader Jeremy Miller wrote it off as an election year gimmick.
Some opponents are worried about what happens when the gas tax holiday would end and that 28.5 cents per gallon goes back on the ticket.